Are you ready? Because today we're doing hardest preposition quiz ever. To join this quiz, you need some paper and a pen. On your piece of paper, you'll need to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because I'm going to give you 10 example situations. Then a sentence which describes that situation. But some prepositions might be missing, but don't worry. I will give you a selection of prepositions to choose from. You have to decide which preposition, or sometimes prepositions, best match in this situation. For every correct answer, you get 1 point. But for every incorrect answer, a puppy dies. Or something bad happens. I don't know. But anywho, if you get a question wrong, don't worry. At the end of this video, I will explain every situation and if there was an alternative answer. Also, I will explain why you maybe got it wrong. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's do this. Question number 1. You are with the love of your life. You're going for your anniversary dinner. It's a very special time, very romantic, private time, but your friend wants to join you. And he says this: is it okay if I tag something? What's that missing preposition? Remember, this verb and a preposition which means to join someone when they do something. Tag to, tag along, tag with, or tag between. You have 5 seconds. Choose the best answer. Is it okay if I tag along? If you got that correct, well done. That's 1 point. You're amazing. No. That was too easy. You and your friend arrive at your friend Frank's house, but some lady answers the door. So you ask, is Frank home? Now, you don't have an invitation. Frank doesn't know that you're coming. So, what will you say here? We just wanted to drop something and see him. What is that missing preposition? Drop up, drop by, or drop in? Which one do you think? The best match is drop by. We wanted to drop by and see him. Now, if you wrote something different, you know what, actually, if you wrote drop in, you're fine. Give yourself a point, that's fine. But to learn why, stay until the end of this video. I'll show you. Number 3. If, hypothetically, you are a racist piece of shit president who uses Twitter to tweet racist pieces of shit things, imagine if that site prohibited him, banned him, blocked him. Wouldn't that be a nice change? Anywho, which preposition is missing? You're prohibited with, from, to, or for. Which preposition collocates to this sentence? You're prohibited from using Twitter. That's the correct collocation here, but if you have a different preposition, check at the end. I'll give the full explanation of other alternative answers. In this situation, you are an astronaut and you're going to space, and you have very supportive friends. And they want to tell you, so they say this: you can do it, you're amazing, we are all something you. Which preposition best matches here? Remember, they want to say we all support you. We are what? We are ahead you, we are behind you, we are around you, or we are through you. You have 5 seconds. We all believe in you. You're amazing. We're all behind you. One day you are walking in the street and you see two friends which you haven't seen for like 2 months, and all of a sudden they are dating? What? You are surprised and you want to know how this happened. We have a phrasal verb for just that situation. So you ask, how did that come about? How did that come up? How did that come through? Which is best for this situation? Remember, we want to say, how did it happen? 5 seconds. Wait. How did that come about? Next question, a bit harder, I think. When you admire someone so much and you think, wow, you're like my hero, I really admire you. We have a phrasal verb for that. It's look something. Which preposition is missing here? Well, my friend is a butt model on Instagram. I really look into him, look at him, look up to him, or look over him. Which preposition? I really look up to him. He's like my hero. I want to be like him one day. Are you ready for the next one? No, you're not. Pizza. It's delicious, but it creates arguments. It causes fights. And when two people are fighting, and the reason is pizza, what can we say? They are fighting about pizza, they are fighting over pizza, or they're fighting for pizza. Which preposition should go here? You have 5 seconds. They're fighting over pizza. It's very stupid. If you got this correct, that's 1 more point for you. But if you wrote any other preposition, they also work. Okay, fine. Everyone gets 1 point for this question. Doesn't matter what you wrote. You get a point. Fine. But you really should know the difference, because there is a difference between these 3 prepositions in this situation. Find out at the end. For the next 2 questions, this is your selection of prepositions. But for each question, there are 2 possible answers. You must identify both acceptable prepositions to get the point in both questions. The first situation, you are trying to find your friend in a crowd of people, but you can't see them. They're lost. I can't find my friend. The crowd of people. Which 2 prepositions could go here? Amid, during, among, or between. Remember, you have to choose the 2 correct answers to get this point. Amid and among. Those are the 2 possible prepositions in this case. If you got both of those correct, give yourself 1 point. Only 1. If you're not sure about why, don't worry. I'll explain why later. When everything is terrible, but your friend stays optimistic and says this, "Don't worry, everything is gonna be fine." And you want to thank him for his optimism in the middle of this difficult time. Remember, you want to say in the middle. So, thank you, I really appreciate your optimism, blank, this crisis. Remember, which 2 possible prepositions work here? Amid and during, those are the 2 possible prepositions for this situation. Remember, you need both of them to get 1 point for this question. And finally, this guy, much like your brain at this point, is dead. Why? A ninja killed him. Nah, not ninjas. Something else. Something more realistic. Let's just say cancer. That's realistic. Which of these three prepositions matches here? He died by cancer, of cancer, or from cancer? He died of cancer. Now, you can use the other ones, but we need to change something. So, stay to the end. I'll give a full explanation of why and what we need to change. That was tough. I'm tired now. So, how many did you get correct? Not that. Count your total correct answers. I'll give you a few seconds. Yeah. How many out of 10 did you get correct? If you got between 0 and 3 correct answers, congratulations, you're a drunk English baby. If you got between 4 and 6 correct answers, you are an old Victorian ghost. Yes, you speak English, but you don't exactly speak the English of today. If you got between 7 and 9 correct answers, you're a tasty English muffin, and I respect you. And if you got a perfect 10 correct answers, you're an English god. So let me know in the comments, are you a drunk English baby, a Victorian ghost, an English muffin, or an English god? Okay, now is the time where I explain the other possible answers. This first question, to tag means to attach something to a larger thing. So you can see the meaning here. You're tagging yourself to another person when they are doing something. But as a phrasal verb, you need that preposition along, to tag along with someone. If you change this for another preposition, it doesn't work and it doesn't have a different meaning. It just doesn't exist. This one. Don't worry if you made a mistake here. There's a famous TV show where someone made a very similar mistake.
Is Frank in? We just wanted to drop in.
In also gets a point, but there is a difference between the two. It's tiny, but it does make a difference. Drop by and drop in. Yes, it means that you go to someone's location. Not necessarily their house, not necessarily their work, just their location, to see them. So, if you drop by, usually it's without an invitation, or it's at an outside event. If you drop in, usually it's with an invitation. For example, hey, I'm having a birthday party next weekend, why don't you drop in? And of course, yes, the other feeling of drop in is inside. But like I said, that's usually, and this is English. The rules are very relaxed. So that's why I said, if you wrote drop by, that's 1 point. If you wrote drop in, that's also fine. But if you wrote drop up, definitely no. Nah. First of all, imagine if this happened. It's not gonna happen, but just imagine. Secondly, prohibited with, just no, that one doesn't go together. But we use prohibited from because of this form of the verb. If this verb was in the infinitive form, the base form, verb 1, use, we could change this to. You're prohibited to use Twitter. No Twitter for you. You can't be trusted. But because it's ing, you're prohibited from using. The other possibility is for, but again, not with this. You're prohibited for using? No. There are 2 reasons why for collocates with prohibited. One is the reason. For example, you're prohibited for being an asshole, for example. The reason. Also, it could be the duration, the length of time. So you're prohibited for 1 month. That's okay too. So now you see, because of this structure, because of this form, that is why from collocates here in this sentence. Okay, when you want to say we support you, the phrasal verb is to be behind someone. Now let's see the other options. If you said I'm ahead, well, if we talk about position, that's fine. You are here, I am in front of you, I'm ahead. But we also need of. I'm ahead of you. I'm behind you, I'm ahead of you. But yeah, that's a whole different meaning. It doesn't mean support. Okay, so around. We're all around you? Well, again, we're talking about location or position. It means we are everywhere. We surround you. That's kind of scary. And the other option, we are through you, that doesn't make any sense, so it means nothing. Actually, that's a lie. If you said I'm through with you, that, you might want to use that one day. When you want to say, ugh, I'm finished with you. I'm bored of you, I'm sick of you, I hate you, I don't want to see you again, I don't want to speak to you again, I don't want to hear from you, nothing. I'm through with you. That could be for a person, it could be for an activity that you're bored of now. For example, this movie is boring, I'm through with it. I'm finished with it. That works too. Very specifically, if you want to say or ask how something happened, use the phrasal verb come about. For example, well, we met each other at a party, we exchanged numbers, we were talking about Game of Thrones and how rubbish the ending was. Anyway, that's how this came about. Again, very specifically, it's how something happened. When something comes up, that's talking about a topic being talked about in a conversation. For example, oh, we were talking and the subject of my ex-girlfriend came up. It got very awkward. A topic of discussion appears in the conversation. That's come up. And come through. Well, we use that phrasal verb for if an email, a text, or a message is delivered. For example, I sent you a message, did it come through? So, come through. A message is sent and received. Okay, this one. When you look up to someone, you admire them, you respect them. Maybe they are like your hero. But the other options, well, we know that look at someone, that just means your eyes are going in that direction. That doesn't mean admire though, so not at here. Over, if you look someone over, it's like you're checking them in a suspicious way, like, You're looking someone over. And to look into someone means you investigate them. For example, I think I'm going to hire this person for the job, but I need to look into them, check on their social media profiles, check they're not crazy. So, there's some very useful phrasal verbs using look. The pizza thing. Yeah, all three prepositions, they all work here, that's fine. We're talking about the reason. Why are you fighting? You can use they are fighting over pizza or they're fighting about pizza. Those prepositions mean the reason. But of course, we could be talking about the prize of the fight. If you win the fight, what do you get? In this case, pizza. In that case, we can say they are fighting for pizza. But also, over has two meanings here. It could be they're fighting over the pizza, the reason of the fight. It could be the prize of the fight. So for that reason, all three prepositions are good here, but now you know the difference. Okay, these four prepositions, they all mean in the middle of something. But in this example, we're talking about a physical location, in the middle of a group of things. Between doesn't work here because between is in the middle of two things. Also, you might be wondering, is this the same as amidst and amongst? Yes, it's exactly the same. And during, let me show you. During is in the middle of a time. And maybe you notice that there's amid again. Yeah, amid is in the middle of 1, a physical location, or 2, a time. But in all cases, just know that amid is more formal. It's the more formal option. It's less common. So like in casual conversation, you might not say amid. Maybe choose during or physical location among. It's better. Okay, this one. Lots to explain here. First, when we explain the direct cause of death, we use the preposition of. He died of cancer. He died of a heart attack. That direct cause of death. Now, what caused that cancer? What caused that heart attack? I've changed it to a heart attack because if you eat too much pizza like I do, probably this might happen. So, the direct cause, he died of a heart attack. What caused the heart attack? What was the indirect cause of this? Eating too much pizza. So, the preposition for the cause is from. He died from eating too much pizza, which caused the heart attack. This caused this. Of, from. Going back to the cancer thing. He died of cancer from too much radiation, for example. However, if you said he died from a heart attack, he died from cancer, to be honest, that's also fine. Just when you link the direct cause with that indirect cause, this flows better. Keep that in mind. And finally, by. When do we use by? Well, we could use by with the method of death. So, for example, how did he die? He died by suicide. He died by a sword, a ninja sword. By is the method. Congratulations everyone for today, and I'll see you in the next hardest preposition quiz ever.